The best of the Morning X
with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
99X.
The following content is for adult audiences.
Can I ask you a question, Leslie?
Yes, Barnes.
I was listening to the party next to me at lunch a couple of days ago, and it was all women. You know, the booths sometimes are back to back.
You can't help but listen because they're very loud.
Especially when people are making a point.
I mean, you can't help but hear.
Especially when people are making points and they really want to drive them home, they tend to talk louder.
Sure.
I mean, you've heard of people do that all the time at a restaurant when, for some reason, they've got to let everybody hear their point. My question to you, Leslie, why do men suck? This was an all-out bash fest.
Oh, it was?
Really?
Someone must have somebody got burned by a guy.
So when a woman gets burned,
then all guys are terrible.
Do all of you women meet at lunch and then bash for the entire hour?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Sure.
Makes you feel better.
Is that what happens in your world?
Yeah.
In your gender's world?
Yeah, because it makes you feel better. You get to sit there and just trash the guy, men in general.
So I was thinking about, why don't we just do like a 5-minute therapy session, and for only women, just answering that question, why do men suck? So maybe the men, we could hear and just know why we suck.
It'd be like a learning experience, you mean?
I was just curious why men suck.
Somebody at that table seriously got into a bad relationship.
I mean, they spent the entire hour.
Do you hear anything specific?
And men suck because they, get paid more. Men suck because, they were just going on and on.
Really?
They never call. Just on and on. I mean, if I had a piece of paper, I would have listed them all, but it was all of them.
Barnes left with his head hanging down.
No, I wasn't hanging down. I was annoyed because they wouldn't shut up. They were talking too loud, but why do men suck?
If only we could be problem-free like women.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother segment, but...
Man, I don't know. Why do men suck? I don't know. Do we only have 3 hours left in the show?
Hey, we'll spend a few minutes on it, but can you give me one thing, one reason? You're a woman. Why do men suck?
I do think that some men don't really have... They don't show any empathy towards the opposite sex.
Well, that's a nice answer. Some tells me the rest of the answers aren't that cute.
That's too PC. We need to know from some anonymous people, why do men suck?
And only
people
one.
are already calling, actually.
Only one per person.
Oh, you mean only one reason?
One reason. I know you've got a million of them.
That makes sense.
Why do men suck? And I guess the follow-up series tomorrow will have our time in the sun. But why do men suck?
Hello, you're on the air. Shut up and talk to me.
Debbie?
Just listen to the attitude.
And why do men suck?
Okay, well, they can't tell the truth. I was dating this guy for a few months, and in order to break up with me, he told me he had a brain tumor.
Oh.
And then I found out he was sleeping with someone else.
See,
wait a minute. Maybe the brain tumor was making him sleep with someone else. Maybe it was not his fault.
He was delusional because of it. Yeah.
This was last year, and I actually just saw him a couple of months ago, and he looked totally healthy.
It's amazing what they can do these days.
I feel like I'm back at that lunch table yesterday.
She's not gone, is she?
She's gone. Wait,
are
you there?
Yeah, don't disconnect.
I'm here.
You know what? Let me respond to that briefly, and this is something I've touched on before, because you're right. Men don't tell the truth. But do you know why?
Why?
Because women, you don't really want to know the truth. You think you want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Believe me, you don't want the truth.
And this was not someone that was, 20-something or even 30-something. This was someone that was about 50.
With a straight face, he told you he had a brain tumor?
Totally.
I mean, let me ask you.
Honey, I got to go. I've got a brain tumor.
Have you ever asked a man, do I look good in this outfit?
Yes.
You don't want the truth. Have you ever asked a man, do I look heavy? You don't want him to answer that truthfully.
That's a good point, because if
but a brain tumor is entirely different.
Wait, but
I'm just saying.
This is somebody I was dating that said he loved me.
Well,
yeah, they lie.
I'm saying,
they lie.
He must have wanted to get a piece of ass.
Yeah, well, immaturity, unable to, really commit and be a real person.
So you can go find you a new one now and go through it.
Well, actually, I am engaged, and I'm getting married July 6th.
Congratulations!
Good for you. I'm glad you've worked it all out.
Yeah, I moved on.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
To a guy who's a better liar.
Yeah. Hey, Katie.
Hey.
Why do men suck?
I just think that they have entirely too high sex drives. I mean, they're just horny.
Well, you're only how old?
18.
Wait till you're 30. Your sex drive hasn't kicked in yet, ma'am.
Yeah, but I mean, It's all guys, like
Well-
even older guys, even way older guys.
Yeah, but-
They all have a high sex drive.
Yeah. When you're 30, you're going to be begging for that sex drive.
I know you're going to be
That's
begging
right.
for it. Wait till a little time passes. That drive will park.
Isn't that a cruel trick that God played on us?
Totally.
That men's sex-
Unsinking the sex drives.
Well, men's sex drives peak at 19, and women's sex drives peak at 30.
Well, then how come 50-year-olds try to date 18-year-olds all the time?
Viagra.
Because they, there are many reasons, but,
Let me take this
they have
one,
less
Jimmy.
problems. Go ahead. You field this one. Explain to young Katie, 18-year-old Katie, why 50-year-old men like her.
Men just can't let go of the fact that we are 30 and 35 years old, so it makes us feel better when we can still kind of,
Absolutely.
Okay, and you know this because you're how old? 28?
I'm going to be 36 in August.
Oh.
Let me ask you
It's a
something.
trophy bag.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Let me ask you something, Katie. How old is your mom?
46.
46. Have you ever seen her ass? Does it look like yours?
Where's that going?
That's why.
Watch it. Where are you going with
Have
that?
you ever
Sorry.
seen your ass?
Yeah, I mean, have I ever seen mine?
You look in the mirror,
I'm seeing
40-year-old ass.
that is why men, because they're all about the eye candy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Egos. Thanks, Katie.
They're all about looking at the eye candy.
Amy.
Yes.
Amy, why do men suck?
They don't listen. It's as
What'd you
simple
say?
as
Huh?
that.
What?
What?
Yeah.
They don't listen. I'm not going to repeat it.
What is she saying,
It's
Bob?
so true.
I have
But
no
in defense of men, a lot of women don't really say what they mean, and I understand that. But some women do, and I'm one of them.
Right.
And they don't listen.
Well, I think you're right, but you're right on both counts. Men don't listen, but also women tell us a lot of things not worth
Way
listening
too
to.
much information.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that.
Way too much. You women dole out 50
Yeah.
words when you could give us 3.
Yeah.
Not always.
Oh, yeah. You
Not
got to make your
always.
point by going around the track.
You go around your elbow to scratch your ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just to get I'm glad you women feel better.
What was she saying
I don't
anyway?
think they feel better.
Well, they got it off their chest.
Oh, well.
Man, it sounded exactly like the table I sat next to at lunch.
Yeah, I mean, these are all classic, reasons, a lot of
Men
which
don't
hold
listen,
water.
They're horny.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
They
you very
lie.
much, ladies.
You know what? And I'll tell you what. I don't think there's a guy who would disagree with any
That's
of that either.
true.
All those, they're filed.
The best of the morning
X.